Hi everyone, Travel Addict Guy here, and I'm here with an update on the crisis here in Spain. It's a beautiful day today, beautiful lovely day in Malaga. You can see to my right is this beautiful fountain behind me, and there is the city of Malaga. And Juanma Moreno, he met with other leaders of Andalusia. As I predicted, there are some new measures being announced right now. So we have some breaking news for you. All of the perimeter of Andalusia is closed. That has been in place. There's nothing to do with that. All of your commerce and restaurants, hosteleria it's called, will have to close at 6 o'clock now. That is the new rule. So nothing open in the evening. 6 o'clock is the end of bars, cafes, restaurants. Anything that is not necessary will have to close unless it's a grocery store or something that is necessary. No more than 4 persons can meet in a group now. You cannot have more than 4 persons meeting at one time in any type of group. That is the new rules. Perimeters between provinces in Andalusia are closed. You cannot go in or out. Now, it really depends on the community. They are taking a community by community approach right now. So, a lot of rules and very confusing rules are in place now. Municipalities with more than 500 cases per 100,000 are completely closed. You cannot go in or out of them. So they're trying to seal off those locations and keep the virus from escaping, which to me seems like a very, very difficult, if not a fool's endeavor. This thing is airborne and it is everywhere. It is all around us, unfortunately. Municipalities with more than 1,000 cases per 100,000, there are a few, and they are in the extreme risk category. They have to close everything down there, and on top of that, they are asking for full confinement in their homes, just like in March. Wow, that is quite scary, and that is the reality that we are facing here. That is terrible. The curfew will stay between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. but they are trying to move it to 8 p.m. in the evening. They are trying to do that, but they need the approval of the national government to do that. So they put in a request to do that, and if it is approved, which I believe it probably will be approved, I don't see any reason why it will not be. They're going to go ahead and move the curfew very, very soon till 8 p.m. So it will be from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. That is the new plan. So I was actually filming over there. A police officer came by and he told me that I had to put the mask up. That was quite interesting there. Wow. So I could not film with the mask down, so I have it back up now, and I've actually moved locations now. So they have a lot of these national police. I see them in here now. I saw them today. They're normally, when something like this happens, they come in to enforce these restrictions. So they are here right now. The institutes and the schools will remain open as of now. So they're going to have classes in person. Even though all of this is going on, they're going to allow those to be open. Universities will continue to have online classes. So universities will not be in person, but they will have grade schools and high schools can be allowed to continue as normal. So 39 municipalities will close their borders this Sunday following that surge in cases that we had talked about. This is going to include any place or municipality location where there are 500 cases or more per 100,000 inhabitants. This means that no one can enter or exit these municipalities without a justified reason. So you would have to be going to work, to a doctor's appointment, something like that, and you will need permission to travel. The affected municipalities in Malaga are Teiba, Almargen, Monda, Alameda, Salares, Ardales, Igualeja, El Borje, Penamucara, Cartagena, Coen, Alfarnatejo, Alwarin, El Grande, Algatosin, Alfuacin, Alfarnarte, Villanueva del Rosario, Moclinejo, Gualcin, Alora, Farahan, Sayalonga, Comares, Balez, Malaga, Guasil, Ronda, Algarrobo, Moyina, Cañete, La Real, Benaraba, Manirba, Alwarin de la Torre, where I was reporting from a few days ago. You cannot go in or out of there. Canillas de Albaida, Villanueva del Trabuco, and Arenas. So those are the ones that you cannot go in or out of right now. In addition to that, they have asked for a complete closure in any municipality with over 1,000 cases per 100,000. That means everything has to shut down. All commerce, all restaurants, everything like that has to completely close. There will be none of that. Only essential businesses such as grocery stores can be open. They're also asking Madrid for permission to implement a home confinement in those municipalities. Wow, that is scary. So they want to go back to something like they had here in March. The hard lockdown for those locations are trying to keep the virus contained. That is the plan right now. So it seems like we're going around a big circle here, unfortunately, and we're going back to the old lockdowns. And those locations are Teba, Almargen, Monda, Alameda, Salares, Ardales, Igualeja, El Borje, Benamocara, Cartagena, Coin, Alfarnatejo, Alwarin El Grande, and Agatosin. So those are the ones that are the most severely affected right now. And I've actually met some people. I know some British people that I met that were living in Coin. So that is more of the interior, and Alwarin de la Grande is a little bit further up from where I was a few days ago in Alwarin de la Torre. So those, well, I feel really very bad for those people there in those locations. They are asking for full home confinement. So that is the situation I have right now to report. We've had that big spike in cases after the holidays, and they are very, very serious about measures to try to get those under control. I saw a chart about the cases, and earlier there was a big spike. It had dropped off, it had flattened out, and another large spike as of now. That's what we are dealing with. It's a beautiful day here in Malaga. The high is going to be about 17 Celsius, I believe, and it's beautiful, beautiful weather in the sun. It feels quite nice. And a lot of people here out enjoying the weather in the Malaga port. So that is the report I have today from Malaga. Oh, I wanted to mention one other thing. There was some British people returning, trying to return to Spain after the holidays. They had went back to Britain, and they had their green residency permits that were allowing them to stay here because they had the accord with the UK. Well, since the Brexit happened, they had some issues with that, so a lot of them were stuck in this airport, and they were not allowing them to fly. The airline was saying they could not fly, so it was just a mistake in coordination. So some people had to wait for a while until they could get the permission, and they got that permission quickly from Madrid, and they said yes, they can still continue to enter Spain. So that was an issue for a bit, with some people coming back from England, unfortunately, over the holiday season. There is a little bit of an issue with the vaccines right now because unfortunately Pfizer has come out and said that they're only going to be able to produce 50% of the allotted vaccines now for Spain. So they reduced the amount that they were going to be able to output this year by 50%. So that is going to slow down the vaccination process, unfortunately. They believe that a lot of people are going to start to be vaccinated, or a large part of the population will be vaccinated by May. So that is the prediction right now. That is the prediction. Hopefully they will get things under control by this summer. And as you know, this is a seasonal virus. It tends to spike in the winter, just as an influenza virus would. So we're likely going to see a good summer. Let's hope for that. That is the best hopeful news that I have for you now. So that is the situation here in Andalusia and in Malaga in particular. So as of now, we have similar restrictions to before. They're trying to move the curfew till 8 o'clock. I think that is going to be implemented, and that is something we're going to have to deal with, and closures at 6 p.m. So it's similar to what it was before the Christmas holiday. We're not going to be able to travel very, very far, only within our municipality. Luckily, Malaga is a pretty big municipality, so we have a pretty good zone where we can go ahead and move around. So that is a big, big plus, as opposed to being in some of these small pueblos where you have more rigid confinement. You don't have much room to move around. So hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in to my report today. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.